Dude, Bryce Young is garbage. You had one job. You had one job today. Win. You were playing behind the 8 ball the whole game, little midget. This Buccaneers team lost how many games? Like 6 of the last 7 entering today, bro. Bryce Young is garbage. 14 points against this struggling Buccaneers defense. They've been pretty bad in recent weeks, the Buccaneers, man. Dude, Bryce, you are trash. Midgets like you should be banned from playing football. That was garbage. I'm glad I didn't watch that clusterfuck of a game. That was a dumpster fire. I don't care how the second half turned out. I bet it was garbage time. Dude, he is garbage. The NFL certainly had to give him the game against the Packers and the Rams because there's no way he's this good on his own. Everything was fake in those games. He is awful. Nobody can tell me otherwise. The Packers and the Rams had to sell in order for this NFC South win or take or close to it happen, bro. He is garbage. You leave it up into the hands of the Atlanta. You're still in the playoffs, and if the Saints decide that their draft pick is worth more than causing chaos in the division, but you are garbage. Last 2 weeks, Fred. Bryce Young will never ever be that guy ever. I see how it's good momentum for the Saints if they win 5 straight games. But I mean, at the end of the day, in this David Blow guy is playing very good too. It seems like they may have a franchise quarterback in their hands, but Captain Kirk is Captain Kirk. And he can still play. But whoever wins this division, I mean, they are one and done. This is not like 2 years ago where the Buccaneers beat the Eagles. Now, I don't think there's any upset alert in that game. And then the last thing here is no team would purposely lose tonight in order to set up an easy win over the NFC South. It's like you still get a bye anyways. Whoever wins between the 49ers and the Seahawks, you get the bye, you see. But whoever loses this game, they get like a first-round bye. If you ask me, if I was the loser of the Seahawks 49ers game, I would want to play garbage Bryce Young over Baker Mayfield. You know what? Just straight up double-digit win if garbage Bryce Young gets saved by the Falcons. Dude, he is a scrub. There's no denying. He is a scrub. How fucking lame you must be when you don't control the destiny that is right in your fingertips and you have to rely on a division rival to clinch you the division in one of the most obscure scenarios we ever seen, I think, ever. The Bucs win the division if the Saints win. If the Falcons win, then, the division goes to the Panthers. The Falcons, B. John Robinson is having a pretty good last couple of weeks. And they had a big win over the LA Rams at home. So the Falcons, they be feeling pretty good about themselves. The Saints, they beat the Titans, And I just think that as good as David Blow has been doing, I just think that, hey, let's not final game of the season. Let's go ahead and, 6-11 instead of 7-10. You still have a good draft pick. You have something to build off of. I think these things matter. All credit to the Saints. They didn't fully take. But I think now the Saints probably should take the last game, just so they don't fuck up draft position, another extra game, and they might need some players especially on defense or maybe playmaker or offensive line. So I think the Saints, I think they probably will want to go out and lose that game. Bryce is trash. Seattle or San Francisco, he is getting fucking destroyed. And I get it, Baker Mayfield's a big name, but for whatever reason, Buccaneers have been terrible during the second half. I think it makes no difference. I think Baker's a great quarterback. He should get some rest. He should. I think he will lose. I think Baker. So his playoff record is not as diminished if he's a one and done kind of situation, and it's still relatively even playoff record. You better believe that's why Burrow missed the playoffs the last few years because he still have to have that 75% win percentage in the playoffs. And that's how I look at Baker Mayfield missing the playoffs. Yeah, if garbage Bryce Young wins division, this team is stuck in purgatory. It makes little to no. If garbage Bryce Young wins the division, he has a first place schedule next year, and he's trash on top of it. Little midget could have done something more than probably a garbage time touchdown and 14 points. People like him and Kyler Murray, quite frankly, should be fucking banned from the National Football League. If you can't see over your line, you need to be banned. If you're playing like you can't handle playing quarterback, doesn't matter if Mother Nature, genetics is working against you, gotta be out of the league. Not everybody can be tiptoe Drew Brees. Not everybody can be Russell Wilson. But the vast majority of these midget quarterbacks, they are all frauds. It'll be very entertaining to see Bryce Young get absolutely destroyed in the playoffs. I think NFL would like the Seattle defense and all their turnovers, start hyping up this fake, pretend this team, because they have 5 turnovers. Bryce Young had 5 turnovers. It was only Bryce Young. He is dead awful. But now the NFL has given people a reason, especially in the South, to watch the Saints-Falcons game because I don't remember ever seeing that ever happen. The winner of your division comes down to the winner and the loser of the 2 other teams in your division. This has to be scripted 100%. The Rams lay down. It didn't matter. The Falcons were eliminated a long time ago, right? But set the stage, I think, for the Falcons to, I think, get a win, and these guys get bailed out. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to see this kind of situation again. Close to what it is. Winning it if you're the Carolina Panthers, but they bottled it. What is David Blow's record as a starter? It may come down to David Blow's record as a starter. The Bryce Young is garbage. There's no. They're not even leaving that up to debate. I think you should miss the playoffs because you lost against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. You still get if you don't deserve to make it. It didn't come down to yesterday. It didn't come down the week before. I think it come down to the Cardinal game. It came down to lots of games for garbage Carolina. I don't know why I said David Blow. Whoever the hell is the quarterback, the guy from Louisville. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, Tyler Show. David Blow was some backup quarterback. Tyler Show. The show. No pun intended. The show. He's 5-3 record. Look at that record. Nothing stands out with Atlanta as far as 5-4 or 6-3. It may come down to his first and last name, Gematria, I think. is the script for tonight? Sam Darnold versus Fool's Gold 41ers. They are the bait. I know they are the bait. They will have this come down to the final drive of the game. Whoever wins it will be the Seahawks defense or the 41ers, I think. Yeah, nothing's popping up with Shaw. Maybe James. Fuck, Big will nuke this entire organization. I should not be watching these two teams playing for the number one seed. Okay, fuck Michael. Who gives a fuck about this team anymore? So, fuck the whole team. Tyler Camacho, the Atlanta Falcons. Native of Chandler, Arizona. I wonder what Chandler is Camacho. 65-38. It's no 5-4 or 6-3. Weiner defense is banged up. It's pretty banged up. It's big weakness. We'll see if that favors Seattle. Maybe it's wins and losses for Kirk Cousins during his Falcons tenure. Eleven and 10. I just think load management exists in the NFL. I think even like Baker Mayfield, load management. You get January off, but next year you'll be back. Load management does exist in the NFL. We think about it as only NBA, but I certainly think it does in the NFL. So tomorrow I'm going to go with load management in that dumpster fire NFC South game. $39-yard line. The Seahawks is 39. A big run up there. There's no big body in the middle. Stop him. It's a pretty good game. I imagine maybe most of the money's on the 41ers. I decided not to bet on this game because really anything can happen.
Yeah, as you said, this has been a team that is heavy in terms of...
They are a fraud.
In fact, both of these teams really pride themselves on trying to establish the run, but for much of the year, Seattle has struggled. But the last month, they started running the football.
Seahawks almost won in week 1, but they had the strip fumble inside the San Francisco 10. I was happy because I bet on the 49ers week 1. Third down. Third down.
Really great job by San Francisco.
The 49ers fail to win the NFC. It's going to come down to not having Bosa or Fred Warner. Ultimately, it's too much. You're not just going to win in the playoffs by outscoring teams. That's not how playoff football works. That's the regular season. You'll outscore garbage teams in the regular season. The playoffs, it's built far different. I think Darnold is a fake. I know he was garbage in December last year. I think they're trying to build this team up for some reason before the playoffs.
He gets to his third read. He's looking to his right.
Yeah, no pass rush there. 0. No pass rush. He had all the time out there. Not even hit. This lack of Nick Bosa is going to hurt this San Francisco team. Now, it's bandwagon 49er fans that say, oh, we will outscore everyone. So, I mean, this ain't a Madden football game, y'all. These guys are not tackling. It looks like the Seahawks will be the number 1 seed. Packers win their 39th playoff game against the Seahawks. Seahawks is 39. That's a scenario that bids well for the Seattle side. On the San Francisco side, The thing that bears well is by being the number 1 seed, you fall to 4-3 in the playoffs with 5-30. The Packers is 43. So these are the two scenarios here that favor Green Bay. It is meaningless who wins tonight. It's all stacked up for the Packers to beat the winner of the NFC West in the divisional round. The tackling is terrible. Tackling is terrible.
First and goal. Now we talked to Kyle Shanahan, and he was talking
San
about
Francisco,
how most of the teams see
if Tampa wins the division, they did lose at Tampa week 7 or whatever, week 6, week 8. So if the Bucs win the division, the Bucs did beat the 49ers this year. That's the thing that stands out with the NFC South, that the 49ers lose this game. It's been that year. 10 years later, the Super Bowl at the Bay, Darnold's got at the 10-yard line. In a BS flag, I think that was a phantom call. I have to see the replay, I think.
He said he wanted Smith and Jimba. He got him, and he interfered with him. Yeah, he grabbed him at the top of this route.
Defense number 2. Swap out.
You saw the grab, and you're right, Joe.
Okay, he didn't let go. He didn't let go of him. The ball was already in the air. I think that's a good penalty right there. Didn't appear initially, but closer replay, that was the right call. He got to let go of his arm right as the ball was released in the air.
Now they are putting Jackson Smith and Jigba to his.
Yeah, we'll see how front it is. I may have to just, we'll talk more about the numbers as far as the winner of the game up against the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round of the playoffs. The brackets can be released, I think, after the afternoon games. The NFC South is up for grabs. The number 1 seed will be decided. So we're fraud, Darnold! He noticed how he gets sacked, and it's at the 14-yard line. He's number 14. Little things like that shows you how scripted the NFL is on a week-to-week, year-by-year basis. The ball's at the 14-yard line. It's at the 14-yard line. It was scripted. Well, he runs backwards. He's at the 14-yard line. And then he saw the pressure, and he got at the 16-yard line. So I was at the 12.5-yard line. Green Bay Packers. Every Packer quarterback who won their first championship with the team, they're 27 years of age. Jordan Love is 27. He had 23 touchdowns in the regular season. That's the Michael Jordan number, which is 23. Think of Keenan's 23rd season. Jordan Love in Chicago, first week in the playoffs, the ultimate revenge game. MJ assassin, Air Jordan assassin style. That's what he's going to do to Chicago. This is a pretty long drive. This is a 7-minute drive. Yeah, the 49er defense is cooked. They're going to get tired in the second half in the playoffs, in the second half of their playoff games.
We saw Charles Cross, one of the best tackles in the game, who was out.
6-0 at home in the playoffs. The 49ers are going to fall to 6-1 at home in the playoffs, losing in the 7th game against the number 7 seed if they win this game.
Yeah, you see the confusion, them trying to communicate and get lined up.
Otherwise, they could play in the divisional round. Well, it all depends on who wins. They would have to play on the road for every game, huh?
A nice drive, nevertheless, for Seattle.
The turd is on the sidelines. He was pretty bad. He had 8 touchdowns, 7 receptions this year. You're not winning a Super Bowl at 5:30. He's not an elite franchise quarterback. He's a very, very good system quarterback. But he is part of the Jimmy Garoppolo, Colin Kaepernick company of he's not good enough to win you the Super Bowl. He was too chicken shit to play through an injury in a playoff game. I remember that. That was at Philadelphia. Now, Seattle coach is conservative, so they'll kick a field goal.
It's a 4-yard pickup. It's 4th and goal. And the Seahawks look like they're going to go for it. Well,
I'm surprised they would go for it.
Here on 3rd down, but you see,
hopefully they do lose in the first round. But if it's garbage, Bryce Young. No way. If it's Baker, I can see Baker.
They don't go for it a lot on fourth down. Most conservative approach in the league this year. That's in Jigba, Smith and Jigba at the top. Look out. End zone broken up.
Oh, he stopped them. The guys who have the over-under set, these guys are the biggest winners. This is all rigged for the over-under. Who takes a sack like that when it's first and goal at the 1? Who doesn't run it 4 times? This stuff is rigged for the over-under. Oh, kind of unorthodox there, the Seahawks coach. We'll see how the rest of this game goes. I got the bracket video tomorrow, and dumpster fire between Lamar and the Steelers. So, yeah, it is a big, giant dumpster fire. The Ravens should take it. If Lamar's too banged up, we'll find out. But I think DK Metcalf's going to cost his team the playoff berth. It has to cost his team ultimately at the very end.